Hello everyone, it's time for our preview of the second test between West Indies and India. Hi Suneer, are you all set with your analysis for this game?
Yes, Shruti, I am. How about you? How's it going?
I'm all set as well. How do you describe that West Indian performance in the opening test and how do they come out of it here?
Well, Shruti, the answers to both your questions are related. I thought West Indies were very defensive going into the Antigua Test. Their selection was awful. And the field placement showed a captain with a mindset of wanting to play out for a draw. Unfortunately, they were blown away by a marauding India side. And if they want to avoid getting bulldozed yet again by India, they need to show an intent to fight fire with fire, starting with their selections, obviously.
And what do they do about their selections?
They need to go in with a more attacking option, go in with more attacking bowlers in their playing 11. Shannon Gabriel was an attacking bowler, but apart from that, probably to an extent, Devendra Bishu is also an attacking option. But the others, Brathwaite, Holder himself, Roston Chase, aren't what you call test class bowling options. They tried to buffer up their batting by picking up 9 batsmen in their starting 11 and then they still went on to lose by an innings. Could be a good time to bring in a specialist bowler in Miguel Cummins or the newly picked Alzari Joseph in place of a frontline batsman for this match. Shruti, your call. Will West Indies perform better than they have done in the first test match when they take field for the second one at Jamaica?
Well, West Indies should do a lot better than that first test. They'll up their game and display much better balance and teamwork. Although I'm still not happy enough with their overall plans, but that should hopefully evolve as the match progresses. Batting in the first innings starts well. Good foundations will be laid, but the middle and lower order batsmen may not be able to hold on to their wickets. On the other hand, bowling doesn't start well, but it becomes tighter as the bowlers get more comfortable with the conditions.
And what about the second innings?
The second innings appears so much stronger. The batsmen should display more command and more sensible control. The same, in fact, goes for their bowling. It seems to be precise and quite effective. In general, I'm quite impressed with West Indies' cards. This seems like a more intriguing competition than the first. What do you say about India, Suneer? What do you make of their performance in the first test?
Interesting that you find the West Indian performance to be good for this second test match. But the one word that comes to mind when I talk about India in the first test match is clinical. They were clinical in their batting, bowling and fielding, and rarely, if any, there were moments during the game when West Indies looked certain of themselves. We know that West Indies are down the pecking order when it comes to the ICC test rankings, but admittedly I thought that West Indies won't be pushovers in that opening game. As it turned out, India didn't allow West Indies to settle down in the game, registering their biggest win outside the subcontinent, and one must compliment Virat Kohli and Anil Kumble for that.
Yes, we certainly must compliment them, and it was a surprise for me as well. But Sunil, what are the specifics of that opening test? Would you want India to repeat in the second test?
One of the things I think many fans are looking forward to from Kohli is his captaincy in overseas tests. There's a period of a year after this series before he leads them abroad again. But boy, if he can be that aggressive and flexible as he was in Antigua, then I must say it doesn't matter if India loses a test or two in doing what he's doing. Enforcing the follow-on was a good move, I thought, and this is coming from me, who's usually not a big follow-on person. I believe in not enforcing the follow-on if the conditions are not right. I also like the move to promote Ravichandran Ashwin ahead of Ridhaman Saha, although I think it's imperative that there's flexibility around this. India might need to play an extra batsman in home conditions, but first things first, in the second test match, I think it's a good lineup to have.
So any changes to the Indian playing 11?
Barring an injury, and I know Murli Vijay did suffer from that thumb issue in the first test match, I don't think India should be looking at any changes. They have a very balanced side, especially if Ashwin can show that kind of stability that he did with the bat at Antigua, and I'll be playing the same 11 going into this Jamaica Test match. Shruti, have the Indian cards impressed you as much as the West Indian cards did?
I just feel India are going to take some unnecessary risks, which they'll soon come to realize that it wasn't the wisest of moves. The cards also give me a sense that they lack aggression. It'll come in short spurts, which may not be enough.
Shruti, the Indian fan in you sounds worried. How will their 2 innings go?
I was hoping you wouldn't catch that. Yes, I am actually worried. Their first innings may see them struggling and having to work a lot harder than they would have expected. But their bowling, now that I like. It has great energy, it's positive and very result orientated. Fielding, on the other hand, requires a special mention here. It may just be such a disappointment. Now, with their second innings, batting may not start so well. It's the middle order that will help the team's recovery, and the lower order should do their bit to pitch in. It's strange. The bowlers in the second half lack that punch that they had in the first, but at least their fielding will be much improved. Now, Suneer, who does your analysis side with here?
I think the Kingston surface will have a bit of everything, pace, bounce, and the spinners might not feel too left out too because of that extra bounce that the surface might give out. The weather looks a belter over the next 5 days, and at a venue where the last drawn test match was played out in 1998, that's around 18 years since we have had a draw in Jamaica. I think I see a result again, and it should be India starting out as favourites. What about you, Shruti? Your cards did not show some good things for India. Who are your favourites?
Before I pick my team, I'd like to request all our listeners to subscribe to this World Cricket Chat channel of ours. You will get alerts as soon as our previews and predictions are posted, so you won't miss out. Now, I need a drum roll here. This is going to be a big one for me. This game isn't going to be a cakewalk, but I'm going with the team that shows improved balance. So it's Taro advantage West Indies.
Oh, that's a big call. So that's it from us. Shruti says that it could be Taro advantage West Indies. I say India will start off as favourites, and none of us think it's going to end in a draw. But that's all she wrote for today. We should be back very soon with more previews. Till that time, have a great time ahead. Do good and do subscribe to our podcast, as Shruti just said, by clicking on that subscribe button on your screen. You can also follow us on Twitter because we talk a lot of cricket there. Shruti can be followed at It's Taro, while I can be followed at Suneer Chowdhary. See you soon. Bye-bye.